and then we'll peel up, which is we have that in common. So it's totally fine.
Have other things in common.
Yeah, I do want to go. I'm definitely going to go next time after Marcus does his quick, I need to see everybody for a few days thing. And then we'll go there for a long stretch and get an Airbnb and stuff like that. And just hang out and relax and just have fun.
Have fun.
Look at something different. That's what I want to do. I want to do it so bad. I want to hang out so bad. And then just see everyone. I haven't seen anyone in person, at least not any West Coast people. Lexi was the last one right before they moved, and that was it. And poor girl was stone sober while I was just slurry I have to tell you another thing. And then I brought her and I was showing her. I was like, you should get one of these. It was probably very annoying. I'm sure it was.
Oh, everybody loves it.
Everyone loves Drunk Carolina.
I love Drunk Carolina.
Drunk Carolina is really fun because you really you kind of hear my point 3 times in a row, but at least it's solid.
Yeah, at least I know. What am I gonna do? Guessing? Also, do you see the size of this Svedka vodka bottle?
Oh my fuck.
I had my groceries delivered and I ordered this and I was like, yikes. I didn't mean for it to be that big, but it was on sale.
That's great. No, you should do that. It never goes bad.
It never goes bad and I just hide it in here.
I did that once at my parents' house and they think I have a problem. No, it's just because, it's my parents' house.
Oh yeah. No. I still have to hide booze at my parents' house.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really much of a,
What am I gonna
unless
be
you want a
sober?
glass of wine, or something.
Although now I can go back and I come from LA so I can bring weed with me. As long as I got weed, everything's fine.
Hi, everybody!
Oh, we're here. Everything's fine.
Yeah, you heard, you guys, look at this Svedka I got.
That's so big.
It was on sale. Look at how much is already gone. Yeah, I'm fine. The end of the goddamn quarantine, all right?
We're so close to the end. Welcome, guys. We're almost at the finish line right now. It's Chariots of Fire is playing, and we're all in slow-mo. But we made it. Almost.
How are you guys doing?
Woo.
Thank you
I'm
so
good.
much for
I'm feeling
joining
good.
us. Oh my gosh, all of you. Thank you. A couple things up top I want to say before we get into
Are they new rules? Every time someone drinks, you have to go, I love me.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I like that. That's a good one.
nice.
Also, I mean, you'll
Love
get
me.
wasted
Love me.
if you drink every single time I pee, whether
Okay,
it
great.
be here or
New
in
rules.
the bathroom. And also, next Sunday is Dinner with Dali, and that is the lovely Miss B on her channel. That's My Name B's channel. That's what it's called. That's My Name B. That's her channel. And she will be making something delicious and interviewing somebody wonderful. So make sure to check that out, please. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Also, I am wearing the top that I was encouraged. Remember when I bought it while doing it? I bought my cow print top. And I will say that Jeff walked in and went like, ooh, Cruella Day. I think he said, ooh la la. And I was like, this is a cow print, not a dog print. But you know what? I appreciated the fact that you thought Dalmatian first rather than start going like, moo. I don't want to be mooed at either.
Sure.
I like it.
Mooed at, barked at. What are some other things that women get? Oinked at. Yeah, just all the animal noises, I think. So.
Oh my God.
That's awful.
Well, it looks great and I love it. I like cow print. I never knew, I never thought about buying anything cow print, but now I think I might.
It's fun. Also, I never wear white. Makes you look so tan.
Yeah, it's true.
Look at how tan I look.
That's true.
That is true.
Great.
It's a good idea.
But how's everyone doing? We're getting closer. Things are opening. How's everybody's anxiety levels going?
Oh, it's still here.
Yeah.
But you know, slowly I'm gonna ski my way down that anxiety hill that I am on.
And
then
I was just talking about this. This is the thing, because we were just talking about this yesterday, where it's like every time even someone gets too close, because like now he's both. I got my second shot tomorrow. We're gonna be in the clear soon, but it's now undoing the like, don't come anywhere near me, and trying to undo all of that, which is
right.
I think I'm scared more for that than I was at the beginning of the quarantine.
It's really weird having to learn how to be social again. And without the clutch of alcohol is even weirder. And we've had some socially distanced hangs and such, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel so awkward making eye contact these days because we don't really make eye contact here on Zoom. Like, I'm looking at you guys, but like, I don't know. It's just, it's weird. Yeah, it's learning how to be social again. It's awful.
And Mrs. Steph Milo said, I found that being social drains me now very quickly too. Like in and out, like I'm just like an hour deep and I'm like, I'm good. All right. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I
home.
understand that. Being social is kind of being like on a little hamster wheel. It's like fun at first because it looks fun and the wheel's moving really fast, but after a while you're like, I need a break, you know. And that's when I used to smoke. That used to be my break, you know, like kind of going to another room. And then now I haven't smoked in years, so now it's going to be I'm going to have to just find a janitor's closet and just stand there for a while or something. But I'll figure something out. But I'll just be glad to be out there. But you're right, Lexi. Once I get out there and I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is fun. It's gonna be like very awkward, and just to get over that awkwardness. Yes. So I say weird. Adapt a cool stroll, a cool like, you know, vibe or something.
Yeah, just start walking down the street like this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. I think that I need an activity. So I think I'm gonna start with games. You know, because it's like there's something that you have to do in that, you know what I mean? Something to do that's much, much easier with an activity. But yeah, and the only activity I've been taking part in these days is going to the bathroom. So I pee a lot, and so that is actually a really great way to take a break from talking to people. So
that is also
like,
true.
I have to pee. I have to pee again. And
then he takes you out of, because even Will Law said, I need a non-smoking smoke break. This was my problem when I first quit smoking, and I was like, what do people do to get out of a situation? It's something I know that like, and many people say like, you can just excuse yourself. You can just walk outside and take a minute. But the problem is, and I know that y'all understand this, and I don't mean to say as women, but I think as speaking as a woman, standing outside by yourself, not doing anything is just ripe for someone to annoy you.
Yes.
Sometimes
and
this
is a problem where I'm like, no, I don't want to be spoken to. Thank you. I'm just thank you. Standing here, thank you. So what do we do then? What do we do? What is that, like, what is a good way to help get us outside to take a break, but show is, you know what I've been also doing? Pretending I'm on the fucking phone. And that's what I did before quarantine, and I will continue to do it, but only when I'm ever out, like at a bar. Like I haven't done it since then, but I think that I could get back into just being like, my people.
Yeah. I do that when I'm lost all the time. Like when I was lost to go get vaccinated and I didn't know where it was, and I knew it wasn't where I was. And so I just got on the phone and just bitched, but I talked to myself like, God damn it, where is it? I can't even find it anywhere. They said it would be right here. So it kind of helps. Because you're really calling yourself. Really.
And taking a moment to talk to yourself. So, I love that.
Yeah. I need to dial 1-800-Carolina right now.
That's what you say aloud.
Find it. You guys can all dial that. Go ahead. Please do.
C-A-R.
See what happens. Yes, thank you, Lipstick Homicide. I got lost trying to get vaccinated too. It was one of the 10 things that went wrong that day, but at least I got the shot, and that was it. That was it. So
You
I'm
got
very
it,
happy
and
about
I'm
it.
proud of you.
I'm so
Thank
happy for you. Wayward Weasel, I do want to point out, and this is a really, really good trick. Ultimate eye contact hack. Look at their nose. It looks the same right here, because if you look in, because you know how you always have to pick an eye. So you
Yeah.
look right here. It looks the same to the person you're talking to, but they can't steal your soul by looking into your brain.
Yeah, keep them away.
We're gonna
So
have to do that now.
which thing did you get? What is it called? Which vaccine? Like
Vaccine.
which drug company?
Moderna.
The Moderna one.
Because I'm a
Gotcha.
Moderna girl, apparently.
Yeah, you
So-
are. I guess we're gonna have to get into a fight because I'm a Pfizer baby.
Ooh,
Ooh, I
I'm
saw
gonna be
an E
Johnson
that
and
said that.
Johnson. What's gonna happen?
You're gonna have
A
to
lot of
move over.
it's gonna be more of a dance off, I think. I have a good feeling about that.
I don't know. I know for a fact I would lose. Like, Caroline, I'm gonna throw it out there. I think you have better moves than I have.
This is this is great then. You're gonna be in for a surprise, Jackie, because I am 100% Latin. I'm 100% South American. Like
I know that's why I can't compete. Look at how white I am.
But I cannot do that. I can't do I don't have rhythm. I can't do it. I've done it. I'll do it anyways though. And I have looked over and seen people like, especially like my like my high school friends or my middle school friends in Mexico just be like, because I have no rhythm, but I get it going for a little while and then I think too hard and then I'm just like, I can't do it. Like salsa, if anyone on the chat knows how to dance salsa, please, like if you have any tips. I know how to do merengue. Merengue is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And the whole time I'm just like looking at my feet, 1, 2. Salsa is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
That's way too much thinking while I'm looking at someone's nose or trying to look funny and gay, or anything like that. But if we ever do a dance off, I promise you that you will probably win definitely on showmanship. You're gonna put on a good show.
I'll put on pizzazz, but it depends on what the judge will be judging based on.
Yeah. Oh, that's true too. Like what kind of rules are on
Yes,
dance
creativity. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for when something doesn't pertain to the act at hand? Irreverence, I think. Irreverence.
Ooh, okay. I also have such an irreverent judging category. Just like, irreverence. I just imagine looking at the paper and just being like, what does it mean?
I think also definitely no skill involved. No skill whatsoever. That's
okay.
No,
right.
just enthusiasm is always a good one.
All right, it's all about our heart.
Enthusiasm, creativity, and irreverence.
Ooh, Will Os's costume.
I love it.
That's a good one too. You see, I wouldn't think ahead so well, or maybe I would. I guess if we were a team, I could do it better though, because 3 heads are better than 1.
All right, how about instead of competing against each other, we'll just dance instead?
Yes, that's the plan.
Done. All right,
Yeah, I like that. And I'll just narrate. They are dancing, and they are still dancing.
Look at them go! Wow!
Wow.
Yep. I could never dance so well.
They're dancing.
Still dancing. In Latin America land where I grew up, everyone's such a great dancer, or at least like they just have it in their hips. But I'm more like a shoulder kind of woman, so that doesn't really work so much.
You're not in your hips. I'm all shoulder.
All up here. It's all up here. It's all, you know what I mean?
You can get aggressive with it.
Yeah,
I know,
like Mothra.
And then I lean in heavy and just kind of make it fun, like I lean in heavy and just like, if you try to be like, no, this is a joke, guys, like, I don't really dance like this, then that means people will think, oh, well, she's just trying to have fun with it. Instead, it's like, no, that's actually the whole thing I lean on because I can't actually do it well at all.
That makes sense. No, it's
but
good.
If you get lost in the crowd, that's good. Get lost in the crowd. One day when we have crowds at dance floors.
One day.
I'll teach you.
Coming
I'll
back,
teach you how to
guys.
get lost in the crowd.
It's coming back, and I'm very, very excited for all of it. But again, filled with anxiety. But I think that we'll be all right. I think that we'll make it through. What we have to remember is that everyone feels the same way. Not everyone feels as anxious, I don't think, as I do. But you have to remember, most people have at least some pinch of anxiety. And if not, we look to those to be like, can you help me have more confidence in doing it? And then you just like grip on and just hide behind them and be like, I'm fun. Hello. Hi, I'm Jackie. That's what I've been doing to Jeff. I just hide behind him. You know?
I'm fun. Hello.
Oh yeah. No, my best friend growing up was always the social butterfly. Always make a friend who is happy doing that, and then you just slide in without any real introduction, and you're golden, and that's it. That's how you do it. That was my way of doing things.
I love this.
She's
I absolutely love it.
a man baby, and I love this as well. And I also love That's My Name Bee. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The $20 donation.
Thank you.
She's a man baby. Thank you so much, Hawk Girl, for the $10 donation.
Guys.
And I do remember that we do need to get to That's My Name Bee's question from last time. And also, we are going to get to Hot Girl's question. That's My Name Bee's comment says, no question, just coming off of camping and glad to bring my clear mind, clear heart to listen to you guidance goddesses. I love y'all.
This is great.
You are so sweet. You can still ask another question, though. You put another question in chat. That's totally fine. We were going to get to it, I promise.
Please.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's awesome. Thank you so much. And we will get to Hot Girls in a moment. It is like really, really hot in this room. Jackie, does it get like crazy hot in this room?
Have you not? That's why, like, I've started having to put my hair up, and you know I hate putting my hair up on stream.
Ugh.
And it makes me feel like a fucking crazy person.
It's so crazy. She's a man, baby. Thank you, Skeleton.
Very hot in that room.
Yeah, I gotta like turn down the AC. I will be back in just a moment. Maybe it's all the equipment. I don't know. This is
I don't know.
crazy.
It's very hot in that room. It just makes me feel better that you're also hot, because I'm just like, and you guys see me on fucking Jackanese. I'm just like visibly sweating, and I don't like that. But I've had to like put my anxiety about it aside, because y'all are great. No one's making fun of me. But you know, it's like that like little side of you where I'm like, everyone sees you're sweating. You're disgusting. Everyone thinks you're disgusting.
You just
and
sweat
that like
more. Yeah.
Yes, because you think you're disgusting. So go work, go do it.
Okay,
baby.
I'll be right back, and then we can answer some questions. And by the way, guys, $10 for a talking point. And we appreciate the donations. Otherwise, we will just stream of consciousness at you, which could be entertaining as well. So
Yeah,
be right back.
and I also have a question for you guys later.
Ooh,
if we
yeah,
get
me
to it.
too.
If we get to it. I would be totally down for that. And yes, thank you for saying, Pippa no says it's cold and rainy near New York City today. Yes, it is. It is cold and rainy, but it's still hot and moist. It's everything.
Humid.
I know. Come to New York. Come visit sometime.
I did call my mom this morning, and I told her, Mom, there's a cloud today. Mom, it's different today. There's a cloud. I see a cloud. It was kind of nice because it was a little cloudy this morning. But I will say that sometimes I do think that the Southern California beautiful weather makes me want to like lash out irrationally. Like it makes me want, because it's like, stop, not today. Like there are just certain days that I would kill somebody for a rainy day, you know? But that's okay.
Yes, we're rife with them right now. April showers brings flame May flowers.
Flame flowers.
Flame flowers.
And it's cool. It's fun. Yes, I'm all about it, because I am one of those seasonal allergy people. I'm great at parties.
I have seasonal allergies. I do too. I hear you. I'm constantly congested. You are a great person at parties. I've been at many parties with you, and I love going to parties with you.
I agree.
Well, with parties with me, yes, I definitely, as I said before, drunk Carolina definitely makes her point a couple times. but it
Thank you for
is
the sub.
a strong point. And luckily, it's something I've made a research or thought really hard about. And then somewhere along the night, like someone like Holden or somebody will be like, yeah, you mentioned it last time. And then I have to be like, you know what? I'm going to come back with a new presentation now. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
you motivated me.
Make him really remember it then.
It's always a good time. It's always a good time. And then I'm always like, oh, I'm never doing that again. And it's probably because keeping up with everyone as far as drinking goes is very, very hard to do. Because usually like I'm done, but everyone else is still going on a little longer. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just, a little bit more. And then next thing I know, it's like the morning after, and it's just like, all right, I got to remember all the things I learned from everybody because we made some really deep connections.
I never.
And I'm probably going to have to relearn it again. Unfortunately.
Relearn it. That isn't it nice. Then you double down. You really double down on your connection with people. That's what you have to remember. Then it's a connection. It's a further connection. And you'll be like, oh, I do remember when we talked about it when you did it. But you know what? Usually you can fudge your way through almost any conversation.
Also, sometimes you won't remember something unless you're in that mind state again. So it's like, oh my God, that reminds me of the last time we were drunk and hanging out. And that's the conversation we had. Did we talk about this? Yes.
That's in Dewdrop says, has anyone heard of those allergy helmets? What do you mean allergy helmets? I'm very intrigued, but also Wayward Weasel. My mom also got the allergy shots. My mom had such horrible allergies that every year it would turn into pneumonia in spring. And the allergy shots also changed her fucking life. You have to do it like, what is it? Like once every 3 months for like a couple years, and then you're just like better.
Wow.
Ooh, I like that.
I tried allergy shots, but it didn't work. It just made my arms swell up because I'm so allergic to everything. But I went to see a doctor in New York that did sublingual allergy drops. And so I just take those every day. And that really helped with environmental allergies and seasonal allergies.
Lisa Rose did say, my friend Noah and I got drunk, made up a handshake, forgot about it, got drunk again, came right back.
Exactly, Lisa Rose, yeah.
It's things like that where it just comes back at some point.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes I do feel like kind of like one of those psychics, like back in the day, I would walk into a bar or something that we'd all be hanging, and I'd be like, I've been here before. I remember these walls.
Right.
And I opened the bathroom. I was like, yes, it's all coming back to me. And it floods in like I'm a psychic or something. And I'm like, yes, I do remember this. I do. Yes. Oh, yes. The bar used to be over here. And they're like, Carolina, it's amazing. I'm like, yeah, because I was here like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Like Cam Jansen. You ever read Cam Jansen, the girl with the photographic memory? You just go click, and then she would remember everything, even though technically I don't think she had to go click if you have a photogenic memory, but I don't know.
It was just a quirk.
Click.
She added on to it. Yes. I read one of those books in 2nd grade. I still remember.
It's still there. Did Hot Girl give us a question?
Yes.
Or do we need to get to That's My Bees question?
So let's do That's My Name Bees, and then we will move on to Hot Girls. Thank you for asking.
I love it.
Oh, hold on. Where'd it go? Hold on.
Now I'm immediately getting more sweaty, but now I can blame the vodka that I put into my Moscow Mule. Can you call it a Moscow Mule if it's in a plastic cup? I don't know.
Yeah. Why not? Oh gosh. And I just accidentally I navigated away from these dashboards.
Daters, ho!
She's a man, baby Hunty Boy. Thank you so much for the wonderful question, which I will try to get to.
Also, Hunty Boy is currently eating a bunch of roast beef, I believe. Is that what you said, Hunty Boy? I'm just very... Now I want beef. I want beef! It's what's for dinner!
This is weird.
I'm down for that.
Thank you, Benny D.
I was about to say, Benny D says
if it's got vodka in it, it can be a Moscow anything.
Man, baby.
I'm not going to make the joke.
Saint Mahoney, thank you so much for the sub. This is crazy, you guys.
What?
It's like,
Mr. Rose, my new job is sending me fancy gin and mandated that I don't drink it out of plastic or a coffee mug, so yikes, options will be limited. We'll get you different cups. I have to have plastic cups because all of my glass cups have broken.
I can't have plastic.
I can't have
Yeah.
glass anything. I break
Yeah.
everything.
Exactly. No, me too. And also because Marcus and I, when we bought new furniture years ago and being like, oh, look at us, we have furniture now. And then we, our bedside table, like we each have one table, like little bedside table right next to our side of the bed, and they're black, so that means in the middle of the night when I put my water down, I don't know where it's going to land. And
that's fun.
That's so scary.
So that's why only plastic cups for me. Yeah. That's all I'm on. That's it.
I get it. I've tried though. I have tried. And it's like I've tried again. The last round I bought like 8 cups, all of them. And also I blame the porcelain sink. It's not me. It's the porcelain sink's fault. Yeah. It's because they just honestly a couple have broken in there. And I got the things that were the bottom. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm boring myself with what I'm saying. Jackie, you're talking about your cups.
I'm following this saga on the cups and seeing how each one of them died a slow death, one by one, like a John Wick movie. And
silicone wine glasses, K-Trisha. Okay. Huh? I'm into that. Okay. I absolutely agree. I cannot keep glass at all. I will always get a set of wine glasses and then break 3 of them, so I'll have one left over, so I have hodgepodge wine glasses. But that's a really good idea. Silicone wine glasses. Okay, good to know.
I love this. Harley Quinn 31. I love cup talk. That's where we are. We're in cup talk now.
We're in cup talk. God damn it. Everyone, we're talking about cups.
All right, so I don't mean to change the subject away from
cups.
I'm sorry.
What about these notes? Okay, stop.
But we need to get to That's My Name Bee's question. And actually, That's My Name Bee, if you would, because I got to go back to the last time we had a glass. And oh my gosh, you guys donate so much that she's man, baby, thank you so much. Bats and Dewdrops for this
audience.
You guys donate for Jack and Ease so much too. It's just like, wow, I'm just like trying to go through all of the Jack and Ease donations before I can get back to That's My Name Beast. But that's okay, because you know what? I can easily get there. I promise you. Or you can just message me actually. Oh, here we go. Wait, no, never mind.
If there's any stream for Cup Talk, it's the one where this is a thing, the air fryer emoji. You're right.
Yes.
And I know because I bring it up to Holden. I used my air fryer yesterday. I use my air fryer like 5 times a week. I love it. All of my leftovers go into it. What did I make? Oh, I put Impossible beef in there, and I made little Impossible beef patties.
Ooh, how was it?
Like falafel-esque. It's amazing. I'm obsessed with Impossible beef. I don't eat regular ground beef anymore because Impossible beef is so good.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
That
Same
is
with chorizo. It's one of those things where it's like it's just so much less grease.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know it's not good for you. It's just not as harmful for the environment.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, I have to try it. I'm sold. Thank you for selling me on this thing.
You're welcome. I also sold you on the air fryer, though, so I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't listen to me. Holden will beat me to death.
No, we won't.
Oh my god, I really blame it that I just reheated my pizza in the air fryer right before the stream. All of my leftovers I put in the air fryer. It makes everything better.
All right, I found That's My Name Bee's donation. Thank you for your patience, guys. I was like, are you guys ready to talk about this? And then I was like, oh, wait, hold on. I have to find it. Oh, my God. Okay, so.
You're doing great, baby.
Awesome.
Man, baby, thank you so much for the sub. So.
Content we got.
She says, okay, ladies, one more for you. I've talked to the coven, but I'd like to hear what y'all have to say. My 6-year-old daughter, bless her, I love her so much, asked me if she was fat. It broke my heart. How do I show her confidence when I struggle with it so much myself?
It is what a nightmare. I just remember even just watching my sister with my niece like cut the tags out so that my niece, but it's like it is all unfortunate because she did that for such a long time so that my niece didn't have to know that she was wearing different sizes from other people. But then it got to the conversation where she wanted to start going shopping, and it's also then it became an issue. So I felt like then it was a bad word. And I feel like it's the idea of trying to change our perspective of that you can, like, even Tafidja says, you can be fat and hot. You can also be fat and healthy. You can be fat. Like, there's also just, oh, that's why maybe I cried so hard. But it's also just like, and you're right, putting it on yourself. I was reading this article about a woman that has been trying desperately to only speak positively about herself always, but mostly in front of her kids, of talking positive about herself. And then like when like they want to take pictures of her and she's like, I never want pictures taken of me. And she's like, but in front of my kids, I say, take the picture away. Take the pictures. I like me. I'm confident in who I am. And it's reinforcing that of like fat regard, like all words in the same way that like gender is a construct, in the same way that being hot is a societal construct, in the same way of all these other things, that your weight shouldn't be what the first thing that people think about you and a way that you identify. And that's something that I struggle with a lot, of saying like, oh, but I'm a fat girl. But Jackie, you're putting yourself in such a box for no reason.
Yeah.
It is a box. Being labeling yourself as fat is a box. Not that it's a bad word. It's just a constraint that we don't need. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that is advice with that. But no, I think that it's like, because I've seen your daughter, she's not fat. Like that's the worst part, is that I think finally, thank God, people, like society is at least trying to catch up with the idea that, like, look at Lizzo. Watch Lizzo perform. Someone that is overweight, but also works their fucking ass off, dances for 3 hours while singing on stage.
Yeah.
How can you, like, she's definitely a lot stronger than fucking I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or a lot of the thin people that I know.
Yeah. 1,000%. Yeah. And I think, Jackie, you had, like, your point of neutralizing it, and somebody else said neutralizing it like it's blonde or tall or short. You know what I mean? It's just a descriptor, and we have to get rid of the shame that is in that word, right? It's just like, just throw it out there, you know, and make it just a normal thing to say, because you can be fat and beautiful, you know, there's and strong and healthy, you know? And yes. I think as long as you are promoting healthy habits, you know what I mean? Like in terms of like just taking good care of yourself, as long as that is coupled along with loving yourself, how you are. And that is, I know that is like the hardest thing, right? When you are somebody who is just constantly shitting on yourself. You have to set the example of, I love myself and I'm beautiful no matter what. Or like, and my sister really kind of like, you know, her absolutely beautiful children. You guys have seen my nieces and my nephews. Like, they're so beautiful, but my sister's just like,
they are. Every
single time she sees a picture of herself, she's like, oh, that's disgusting. Now they do that. And now they have zero self-esteem. And there's no reason for them not to have any self-esteem. And it's just because my sister is so freaking fucking, I should say, because Holden gets mad when I say freaking. She's so fucking mean to herself.
He does. I said freaking. I said something like that the other day. He's like, just say the word.
Baby, thank you so much.
Just say the fucking word. I was like, I don't know.
I know. Sometimes I'm just.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take away from what you were saying. Right? You were saying something. I'm sorry. I apologize. I took it away.
Man, baby, thank you so much for the sub. No, we got some subs. That's great. But she's just so mean to herself, and like she and I together, just getting us in the same room, it just becomes all about, thank you so much for the cheer, Amber Apocalypse. But like, it becomes all about how much we can shit on ourselves and compliment the other person. It's like almost a contest. And she has transferred that to her beautiful, intelligent, strong children. And so it like breaks my heart to see it. So I just compliment yourself. Just make it a thing, just obviously compliment yourself in front of her as much as you can so she can see that you are an example of beautiful. You know, that beautiful comes in, and you are beautiful. You are so beautiful. It's like, it's just, there's so, and it just comes in so many different varieties. You don't have to be a Barbie doll to be beautiful. And, you know, she can sort of like see that in herself. Also, I suggested do something that could be like a fun dress up, put on some makeup, put on, you know what I mean, play dress up together and take pictures, and just so you have that like fun thing, that like picture, that memento to look at and be like, look,
but also
I
in like
am beautiful.
costumes,
Yeah,
and like
exactly.
weird makeup and stuff like that of all different.
Yeah.
Of, like, I think that's a great
Make
idea of
yourself
also
feel
encouraging
physically-
of liking yourself.
Yes, make
Oh,
yourself
yeah.
feel physically good. Do something to make yourself feel physically good and have fun with your look, you know?
Yeah, play dress up.
Yeah.
You know, have a little fashion show. That's one of my favorite memories as a kid. Just me and my cousins, like, you know, I mean, like, we weren't even putting on real clothes. Like, we had like, you know, paper mache stuff and cardboard and stuff. And, you know, and just, you know, put on whatever we could and make it a hat or something. And it's just like a fun thing to showcase yourself while you're walking down this catwalk, which is really my aunt's basement.
Right.
And
Yeah.
but I was powerful. So that kind of
Exactly.
stuff is always great. Oh, especially
Exactly.
as a kid. Oh
Yeah.
man. That's all I wanted. You should see all the pictures of me when I was a little kid. I'm just like, you know, like all like excited to have my picture taken and stuff. I mean, this is before, you know, the phones and stuff, so that you can't see the result right away. So you just do whatever, and then you'll find out, you know, a week later if you want
Yeah.
to keep the
Ooh, that's
copy or
actually a
not.
really good idea, though. Maybe get a digital camera, so it's like it's also like teach her about that, but also the idea of like you don't have to know what you look like, because it is like it's the idea of like I still do it. When you look at a picture of a bunch of people, who do you look at? Yourself. And you look to see if you look good. You're not looking at anybody else. You're not thinking about the actual experience of doing it together. And then it's like the idea of going to go look at the pictures and then maybe like make a collage of the pictures that you guys took and put up on the wall.
Yeah, and you know what?
That's
There's no going oh, I don't like that picture of myself. You know, it's like, nope, that's what you got. You can't delete it because these were developed in a lab. So this is what you're stuck with.
That's
know?
what you
So you have to love it.
I agree with that. That's a really good idea, actually. That's really fun. Have a little photo shoot, you know, all that fun stuff that goes behind just getting a little attention for yourself in a good, positive way. I'm down for that.
Yeah. The Harlequins and plus size drag queens have made me see myself in a totally different light. And also just the idea of how things are changing. I was talking about this with Lisa Rose not too long ago. Like, it's so crazy that when I was in high school, there was nothing that fit me that looked good. And so that for me is why like I wore a purple terry cloth bathrobe to school for like a year, because I was like, fuck it, nothing fits me, I'm gonna wear this bathrobe. My mom was like, well, she's clothed, so I guess it's fine. And I just was like, I mean, what? There nothing fit me, and I was so embarrassed, and so I refused to go shopping. But my mom was like, I just need you to have clothes on. I don't care what it is. And I always loved that did change how I feel about my fashion. Where my mom's like, are you clothed? Great. Can I see your vagina? No. Great, get out of here. Like, vagina nipples covered? Great, get out of the house. You know, I do think that is something that really, like, from a young age of, I was never told what to wear. My mom has always kind of let us do. I mean, she would try to put me in dresses. Oh, did she try? And I'd be like, no! Or just like take the dress and pull it up over my head and then, you know, try and show everyone my underpants. But, you know. Nothing has changed. What I'm saying is,
I love it. And yes, also, that's my name, B. She said, I know it starts with me and my words. I need her to have a better relationship with food than I ever had. I am certainly also not like an expert in that field at all. So, but that's like, I mean, I'm sure that there's resources somewhere about how to talk to your children about healthy eating and all of that.
My mom had to go to years of therapy and finally like called me about 8 years ago. It was like, I'm sorry for the relationship I gave you guys with food. And I apologize that I did that to you for so long. And I was like, I appreciate you saying that. And it's not even like we weren't eating chips and stuff, but my mom made us 3 full meals a day, and food is love in the house. And it was, if you don't have more than 1 plate, you don't love me enough. And that is very upsetting to children. And I appreciate that she said that, and the fact that they've been different with my niece. But my niece, who also eats, she chooses fruit over chocolate. She chooses, like, they did right by her. But we're big. We're fat people. And she dances 5 times a week. We're fat. It's just it's how we are. There's nothing, like, you can work on it. But at the end of the day, we're always, like, even Henry, who is the thinnest and the tightest, he's full muscle, but he's still big. And it's just how we're built.
He's just still shaped like an egg.
He's still shaped like an egg.
Yeah.
He's still shaped like an egg. But we're allowed to say that because he's my brother. He's shaped like an egg, though.
I mean, he's a
very
tiny egg.
Powerful egg.
A very powerful, strong, tiny egg.
But you know what? Henry's got style, though. He's got style. I don't even look at that. I don't even know, because he's just walking down he's just walking down with his, because he's got his sneakers, of course, or maybe a cool hat on. Like, you don't look at any of that because you're just looking at the person. And I always find that amazing. I always find that very admirable. It's just like, nah, man, you wear everything great, and you walk down the street great. Like, I don't even do that, you know. I'm still just like, I'm hiding behind someone too, and all that kind of stuff. Or I try to walk cool, and something.
Yeah, just start walking cool, like you said.
Fake it till you make it.
That's true. I do this once in a while. There'll be an awkward situation where I'm like, I got to leave this block because everyone thinks I'm an idiot. But then when you get around the corner, you're like, I'm fine now. So you guys know that. I mean, the random thing that happens, like you get tied up in your dog's leash or something, or weird like that.
Oh, cool disguise over.
yeah, exactly. Or you're walking around, you realize your jacket is inside out, and you're like, how is that possible? It's possible, I promise you. So it takes a lot, and I understand it can be really hard to be confident when you're not 100% sure about everything, about what you're doing, how you're portraying yourself. But if you just go and do it, and sometimes for me, the most fun is like I'll come home from walking the dog, and I'll be like, oh, Marcus, I got a funny story to tell you. Like it's bad, and then I'll tell them something like this morning, for example. This morning, I put on an old mask that I found in my bag, and I put that on to walk the dog. I forgot that I had that mask in my bag like a week before, and I used to clean a table, and then just left it in my bag. And then I put it on without knowing, it's all dry, without knowing, and it just smells like piss. And I'm just like, so I'm just like putting on this, like I'm just taking off my mask when there's no one around and just putting it back on. And I'm just looking like an insane person, just trying to like kind of thing and everything. Not cool at all. Can't explain to anyone. Like it's piss. I'm sorry, or anything. There's no way to explain this at all. Thank you for all. Yes. I told everyone this morning. Anyway, so so like that kind of shit that happens, like you just got to keep going. You can always, there's always another block. You know what I mean? There's always another block. You can impress about 5 more people, maybe. Fuck those guys back there. You just keep going. Exactly.
That's why I still, to this day, when I fall in public, I allowed laugh. Like, even if I've hurt myself as I'm crying, I'm like, I have to laugh. Yeah. Because, like, anyone that's watching, it's like, I need you to, like, I'm making fun of me before you can. I'm in pain. Yeah.
Oh, God. There's nothing worse than falling in front of a group of, like, middle school or high school girls. Oh my God.
Man, I lived across the street from a middle school in New York, and I would just be hungover, and they'd be like, fat, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to get to work. Can you just shut up? And then, Lord help you, if you have anything going, like, it's just like you should smile. It's like, you should get the fuck away from me. I don't know your parents. I'll beat the shit out of you. That's not true. I would never hurt a child, but I'd think about it.
Oh my God, middle schoolers. They're the worst. So anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. That's my name, B. We love you and we love your baby. Oh, she is so wonderful, and I want her to know how beautiful she is. You know, it's like
Yeah. Yeah. Uncanny. Rachel said, I once wiped out in a crosswalk by tripping on my own feet, and people like stopped their cars to ask if I was okay. So embarrassing. Listen, I actually once witnessed something like that on the street when I lived in Queens. I lived in Astoria, and I was walking down this crosswalk, and this girl, she had like kind of like flip flops on, and she kind of tripped because there was like a pothole or something, and both of her flip flops went flying out. And then like, it's like she almost fell down, but she grabbed onto someone else, like a random stranger, and they almost fell down. And then she kind of got up, and you could tell she was so embarrassed because there were a bunch of people, including myself, watching her. And she's like, I don't know. And she had to go find her flip flops, and we're like getting it for her, and she puts it on, and she walks away. She's like, and she walks away. That was like 10 years ago. I think about that once in a while. And you know what I think about that woman? She's hilarious and I love her.
Yes.
So you know what? She left a very good impression on me. I thought she handled that beautifully. I thought it was great. She made me laugh. I mean, not at the moment because I was worried about her, but she made me laugh for years on end. She brought me a lot of happiness, and I totally related to everything that she did so much. And so like, you know what, man, sometimes when that happens, you might have someone who might be like looking up to you for years. I promise you.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how we got on this topic, but I love it. I love like the topic of falling in public. I do it a lot. So actually, no, I don't. Not anymore. Not in the past year, but I fall still at home.
Also, living in a place without ice really cuts down on the amount that you fall down.
Yes.
I will throw that out.
I'm very excited about that.
Really changes the game. It is very nice that you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah. That's good. All right, y'all. Let's see here. We have a donation from Hot Girl. They say, what activities are on your... Oh, she's a man, baby Harlequin. We'll get to your very generous donation in just a moment. Hot Girl, what activities are on your post-quarantine bucket list? I'm already planning bowling, roller skating, museum dates with my friends. I get my second Fauci ouchie next weekend.
Yeah.
I love it. And I'm a free bitch in May. Love y'all. We love you too. Awesome. I haven't even thought about it. I just want to go to the beach. That's it. Honestly, I haven't thought about it.
Well, I've already been to 2 movies already. Movies were like my first thing. Now that I've ripped off the Band-Aid of going to the movie theater and realizing it's not as horrible as I thought it was going to be, I'm like, all right, movies were definitely the fucking first thing. Second thing, the second I am able to get to the theme parks, because I live 20 minutes away from, Six Flags. And then also 10 minutes away from Universal Studios. And we went to these places a lot. And it is actually pretty cheap because it is, I would say Six Flags a little scary.
Yeah.
You do almost feel like you're going to die, but like in a great way. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Oh my God, that's my name. B. Jazzy will come up there and fucking kick some kid ass. Or if not, I am the queen of, I can dress down a child in the wild that I don't know if they're being mean in like such like a quiet way that a parent would never hear. And I've gotten really good at that. I think it's just being a nanny for so many years of just like the, like, I'll talk like this and no one else will hear what I'm saying and they'll never believe you that I said it. But you know what? It did stop my kids from getting bullied. So that was good.
Yeah.
But also I was a nanny and not the parent, so I feel like that's the difference. Sorry, I was talking about that's my name. But yes, theme parks.
I love,
and I don't want to scream inside of my heart. I want to scream out loud.
I agree with you. I want to go to Coney Island. I want to get on the rides again.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Oh man. And I'm not a good, I mean, like, I'm good at
She's a man, baby. Thank you, X-Pike.
But it does take like a little bit because I'm afraid of heights. It takes a little bit, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. I'm going to get on there because I'm always happy I did it every time. Except
Right?
for the last time. Who knows? But I'm always happy. And so
There are times though, I'm like a crazy
Yeah.
scaredy cat too. I'm scared of almost everything. And for some reason, I love roller coasters. But I tell you what, I'm terrified until I get on it and then I feel great. But like the entire time in line, I am that person of like, I'm not going to die, right? Like I'm going to be fine when we're on. Like I know it's going to be fun. I know I'm going to like it. But then Six Flags, oh my God, Carolina, when you come out to visit, we're going to Six Flags because
Six Flags.
they are some of the scariest rides I've ever been on. Truly, but it makes you like, yes! Like it makes you feel alive.
That's what I want. I want that. I want to feel alive. I want to get off the ride and be like, holy fuck. I want that.
Why? Who made it? Why would they have made it? I love it.
I want names.
I
That's
love
what
rides
I want.
too. That's
I want all that.
Yeah. I wish I was due last August, so I would have had this time to now like to be like taking care of a small child, and then like when the world opens up it'd be like, oh, the world's opening up again for me too, and then I can, because I don't think I can go on roller coasters right now. But that's okay. One of the last what?
No, I'm saying maybe not this year, but you know what? We're gonna make plans. So we're gonna make plans because apparently we're gonna go Six Flags every year. LPN. Why not? Let's do it.
That's amazing. I love that. One of the last. Go ahead,
sorry,
Jackie.
No, please.
One of the last roller coasters I went on was at the Jersey Shore, and it was me and Jared were the only two that would go on this roller coaster, and it was so scary. Like it was one of those things where it wasn't a roller coaster, it was a ride, and it would just like flip you up, but I thought there would like my seat was going to break and I was going to fall out. I was upside down, my butt was fully off the seat. I could have like moved right or left and slipped through the shoulder pads, and I was just like, okay, I actually thought I was going to die. Every other time on roller coasters, I've been okay. But that one, and I was just like, no, because I'm upside down so much. And
that's why I don't do the pirate ship anymore. Same fucking thing. When it like hangs upside down and it wasn't down all the way. So I was like holding on and like my ass was fully out of the seat. Everything in my pockets fell out. And I was just like, I was like, get me on the ride. But you know, they don't fucking, what are they going to do?
No.
What are they going to do with the pirate ship? They got to wait for it to come all the way back.
Oh my God. That's horrifying.
Never the pirate ship. I won't go on the pirate ship.
No, you got to make sure you're everything is right and everything. I remember one time, I think it was the last time we were in Coney Island, and we got on a ride, and Marcus, like I was fine, but Marcus next to me, his was like kind of like a little loose, and it was about to go, and I'm like, no, the whole time, I'm just like, freaking out, and the guy just walks over, just like, I know, I'm just gonna fix it, it's fine. And Marcus was also fine, but I was losing my mind because I'm like, I'm gonna have to hold you by the ankle the whole time,
or watch him die.
Yeah,
those are your options.
And they laughed and laughed. I saved his life.
I saved his life. Saved his life.
Drank quite a bit at the bar before then, because that's a little bit of a courage juice to get on a ride like that. But yeah,
for sure.
That
I'm definitely.
And in fact, once you're able to, though, Lex, there's so many. It's kind of ridiculous the amount of theme parks that are close to here. Because someone brought up Knott's Berry Farm, which that was like that last year we were gonna go to Knott's Scary Farm, which is like the big like Halloween thing, and I was so excited because up until last year I didn't have the money to go to any of those things, so I was like, I'm finally gonna go, and then the world. But this year, until you fucking what, go to every fucking theme park, every single one.
I love it. Yeah.
Every single one.
Good.
you should.
I love that we are all in agreement.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to going to California to see you guys. I know Marcus is going first. And then I'm gonna come and visit you guys soon. And that's what I want. That's what I'm looking forward to. Just like being able to see people more often and like, I mean,
Yes.
luckily, all my friends here in New York are all completely vaxxed because they all work in restaurants and customer service jobs. I'm the only lame one that they have to wear masks around in our little mini thing that we have going on. But it's coming soon. Pretty soon, we're gonna have to. We'll be able to hang out at least in a small group at that point. And then I'm gonna come and see you
Spit on
guys.
each other.
It's gonna be so
And then
much
spit
fun.
on each other. Yeah, but just
Yeah,
start.
we're gonna be spitting.
I look forward to spitting in people's mouths. You know.
Yes, the second you see them, go. And
Yes.
Never my thing
it's,
until now. Yeah.
it's a respect thing, and I think that you should get used to it.
Yeah.
It's
that's-
called gobbing in England, and apparently it is a bit of a respect thing. So who
Ooh,
knows?
was
No.
I right? With my makeup ups?
Yeah,
With
you were
my
right. You
makeup
were right with
ups.
that. Back in the 70s and the mid 70s, it kind of started with Rat Scabies from the Damned, and then it extended to Sex Pistols, and then the Clash, and then all the other bands in Britain. And in Britain, it's like, the funny thing is like they'll gob on you, they'll spit on you, and that means they either really like you or they hate you, and you don't know which one it is.
Oh,
But
ooh,
That's kind of
fun.
fun.
Fun to
Hopefully, you
find
can
out.
use the context clues. You know.
Yeah.
That's
Are they also
amazing.
booing? You don't know. Yeah.
No.
Right?
Is it woo or boo? I love that you know that and
Yes.
you know the source of that. That just you're
Yes.
so smart. You're so smart.
I have my master's in gobbing. Yes, I do.
That's amazing. Are you guys ready for another question?
Mhm.
Alrighty, so Hunty Boy, thank you so much for the $10 donation. They say, back with a belly full of pit meat. Ooh. Watching y'all while enjoying a thunderstorm. Do any of you have a hometown food you love? For me, it's blue crabs, pit beef, and snowballs. What are snowballs?
What are snowballs? But also,
snowballs?
I want pit beef so
I want
badly.
blue crab so badly now.
Oh my God, pit beef.
Yes.
I think that's actually why I think we're going to go to. It's crazy because I have no family in Pittsburgh, but my sister-in-law does. And she's like, you want to go to Pittsburgh because we're going to go to Kennywood. And I was like, I mean, I have no other reason to go to Pittsburgh, but pit beef and Kennywood are two things that will get me to go to Pittsburgh for no reason. And I think I got to go. I think I absolutely have to go.
Awesome.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's all I have to say. I didn't talk about my favorite food. I just am talking about other people's food. Now I'm hungry.
But-
so.
Anything from your hometown though that is like
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, grouper cheeks.
grouper.
Cheeks and gator nuggets, baby. I only
Yes.
get them when I'm in Clearwater, Florida. And I love grouper and I fucking love gator nuggets. And I
Oh, yeah.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
No,
but
why
it's
not?
delicious.
What are
Honestly,
gator
they're a
nuggets?
menace in my town. All right, so it's fine.
I would like to know, what are gator nuggets made out of exactly?
Gator.
Gator.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
It's good.
When
Yeah.
in
They're
Rome.
delicious. They eat lots of dogs in my hometown, though.
Yes,
So-
they do. They do. I grew up always being like, all right, the gators are out. Get the dogs inside. Yeah.
Yeah, because the dog's gonna get it. I knew
Oh.
so many people whose dogs got it.
Yeah.
They gonna get it.
My first dog did when I was a small child. My mom's dog, but like it was, I was a baby, and yeah, it.
You got your revenge later, I'm sure. In
Yeah,
another sequel.
I haven't eaten enough gator to have gotten my revenge, but I'll try. Sure, that's actually a good idea.
This is the first dog.
For the first dog. I love grouper, blackened grouper, and snow crab legs are so much cheaper in Florida because everything is cheaper in Florida. But I always get like 2 pounds of snow crab legs and go boop 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 boop, and just Holden's like, oh my God, you're a maniac with those, and I'm like, yep, been doing it my whole life. I don't need a cracker. I just bite into it. It's
Fuck yeah!
probably not good for my teeth. But either way, love me some snow crab legs. Oh my God. Carolina, what about you?
Well, I'm from the southern part of this world, so I would say, well, I grew up in Mexico, but I'm South American. Like my family's from Colombia and Peru. So Mexican food is just like food. right? Can we just call it food
Yeah.
at this point? It's just food. So that's fantastic. But the real food, my hometown food, the food that I keep yelling at Marcus, saying like, I just want normal food. Why can't we just order normal food? And he never understands. And then I get a big plate of like arepas con tostones y maduros and then rice and beans and stuff, and maybe like a steak or some chicken or anything like that. And I'm eating this. I'm like, Marcus, this is normal food. And he's like, oh, okay. And so that's the kind of stuff I like. Tostones, maduros, anything that's very carb heavy. It's very, very good. My mom made really good arepas when I was a kid for breakfast all the time. And I have the perfect recipe for that. It involves Philadelphia cream cheese, and it is very, very good. And that with a cup of coffee. I don't even drink coffee, but I'll drink coffee with that. And the Colombians are good with breads. You know, lots of breads and cheeses, farmer's cheese, that kind of stuff. Like, it's a farmer's meal. That's what we eat. We eat farmer's meals. Like, we eat bread and cheese, and then at lunch it's like beans and rice with like whatever meat or something, and a soup. Always soup. You always have to start with soup. And then for dinner it's like whatever is left over or a piece of bread again for breakfast. and that is the very Colombian way to do it. And I love that. I'm always dying for that stuff. I'm always like, whenever we order any Colombian food and I get my soup, I'm just like so excited. I'm like bouncing around, which is really funny because for the first 12 years of my life, I hated it. And now that's all I want. You know what I mean? Like that whole thing. No, I want McDonald's. And now it's like, I don't eat McDonald's. Now I get Colombian soup, and that's the thing. It kind of always changes that way in that sense. But man, I will do a dance.
Now. I'm so hungry now. We did every Glos. At some point, I'm always just like, if I don't eat right now, what am I like? I'm gonna fall apart at the seams.
I'm
not gonna fall apart at the seams.
I just want you to read a menu to me. Because Carolina, because that just sounded so beautiful when you were like saying all of this delicious food the way it's supposed to be pronounced. That was I'm just like, yes. Okay. I love it.
I'm hungry too, but yeah, no, I'm gonna make you guys some arepas. That's easy to do. I've been meaning to do that anyways for a while. Like you just make a whole bunch of them, just like a whole stack of them, just hand them out to people and just be like, all right, listen, all you got to do is put it on a frying pan, medium high for 5 minutes. Perfect. Man, next question. I'm so hungry. That's amazing. That's so good.
Everybody in chat is hungry. I'm just like reading through everyone talking about their hometown foods. I'm like, yes, I want that. Yes, I'd like some of that. Yes, please, more of that. Yum, yum, yum. Now, I don't want
food. That's what
I want
it is.
Normal food.
Normal food.
And I don't want the healthy food.
I know we are in some ways, culturally different, I guess. This is a different kind of marriage. He's from Texas. He dates back to like Revolutionary War. I date back to like the Mayans and the Aztecs. And so when we come together, the only time it's a problem is when it's food, because I want to get my food and all that stuff. And sometimes we have trouble understanding what the other person is trying to say because of our accents and stuff once in a while. But other than that, it's all gravy. Gravy. Anyway.
Gravy.
That's amazing.
I'm into it.
Hi, Bessie to the house.
I'm gonna go pee.
I mean, you can eat if you're gonna grab a snack and you bring some back for us. That's all I require.
Oh my God.
Marcus, bring us snacks.
Please. Mail
what if I
them.
just scream about it?
Ship
what if I
them
scream
today.
about it?
Oh my God.
9 p.m. pee time. It's pee time.
You guys are so sweet in chat too. Thank you, all of you, for being with us. And also, should we go ahead and get to the next question, and then we can
Let's
Carolina
do it.
It's from To Fidget. Thank you. They say, "What is your worst high school memory?"
I think worst is a very interesting word to describe. I think that like I'm personally probably going to shy away from the trauma, but I'm down for like like sillier worst, I think I can handle right now.
Okay.
I get that. Oh,
I think
Tefidget says, I was shameful. I used to be a bad person. High school story if you want it. I know I was more bad school. I was great technically in high school, I think, but no, I was a nightmare.
Benny D says high school was my worst memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Benny
I would say
D.
so.
So the question, Carolina, is what is your worst high school memory? I have a funny, embarrassing memory that I will relay upon Stio. So I was in the Imaginary Invalid, and I went to an arts high school, and I had a really, really great time. And I was a theater major, and also real fast, Jumbo Lump Crab Meat. I love your screen
It's like
name.
teenagers are just nightmares. Teenagers are nightmares.
Yeah. And now I'm reading your comment. That's hilarious. Oh God. Oh, I'm so sorry. So anyway, the Imaginary Invalid, I played the little girl, and I was very tiny in high school, and I was instructed to do this routine with my friend Luke, who was playing the lead, who was playing my father, and I had to basically, and I'm not an athletic person whatsoever, but I had to crawl in between his legs, right, but without ever touching the floor, and hold on to him, and just crawl up his back. And then there's one moment where he flips me upside down, and my legs are like this, and he's standing there, because it's very, very wacky. And I don't touch the floor at all for like a good, maybe like 3 minutes of some weird kind of gymnastics routine. Well, we were rehearsing it over and over and over. The director, absolutely bonkers. He has since resigned, but he really pushed his students like really, really too much. And when Luke laid me down, to put me down, he didn't realize it, but he still hung on to my pants. And so my pants came completely off. He accidentally pantsed me in front of the theater department. And I'm just like there in my underwear, and he didn't notice for like a minute. And he's like holding on to my pants. I was like, Luke, I need my pants. And the director he just looked, and he was just like, well, and just like didn't say anything. It was incredibly embarrassing. That's just one of the many, many horrible memories that one has from high school. But that one is, at least, is entertaining, I suppose. So yeah, there we go.
I like it. I like it very much.
Crazy to even think that now, with like, as I'm sitting here thinking about stories where like at the time it makes you want to be dead, and now looking back, like as an adult, I'm like, well, it's like if my pants fell down, I'd be like,
that's funny. Yeah,
like,
but
oh,
when
I gotta
you're
pick
16,
my pants off. But when you're 16,
man,
you
baby,
want to be
tattooed
dead,
big chick. Thank you.
would rather be dead than have to deal with that.
Now I have
Right.
practice with my pants being down. You know what I mean? Like I've mastered it. I've learned how, at this point, I can handle that.
Later in
Is
the
that
run of
fine?
the show. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
doing that
you're
really
good,
bad
you're
today. But later in the run of the show, my pantaloons for my costume were white, and I didn't realize they were see-through, and I wore blue underwear one run of the play, and I definitely essentially showed the entire audience my underwear, because everybody, I know, it was just like the Lexi underwear show. They were like, "You're wearing blue underwear, aren't you?" And it's like, shit. That's fine. That honestly, like, if that's as bad as it got, then I've had a pretty lame high school experience.
No, that's
okay.
still very upsetting. I feel like
Yeah.
in my brain, I'm like trying to flip through like the ones. It's like, well, I don't know if I choose like the theater ones or if I go. What I will say is I definitely wrote, and I think it's part of the reason why I don't write my own slash fiction anymore, because I definitely wrote my own slash fiction about me and my crush, and guess who found it? And guess who read it to everybody? And
That's like the
I
beginning of
was
a Teen Witch
wanted
movie.
to die. I wanted, like, I just didn't know. Like, I thought that I was gonna. I really, like, that was also the time of year, like, the time of my life when, like, I think if I wasn't in anger management and dealing with, like, therapy stuff, that I would have, may have hurt myself further, because I was like, I told my mom, I was like, I'm never going back. I'm not going back to school. So you can figure out how to teach me at home, because I'm never going back. And my mom was just like, you gotta just own it. You have to own it, unfortunately. Like, you have to see it. You have to go in and make jokes about it. You're already doing that kind of stuff. Or like, I was already in that field where she's like, Jackie, you are yourself, and people know you. Laugh about it. And that's what I did. And it was only, but I didn't want to. Fix your crown, Benny D. Fix your crown and remember who your mother is. You know, she's my queen. But that was really rough. It was very detailed. And I will say, I also, there was also something, now I think I would probably get suspended, or the teacher would, because I would say there was also parts that had one of my teachers involved in it.
Whoa.
And the teacher didn't know anything about it. And I feel like if that happened now, he would be fired, probably.
That's so, yeah. Wow.
All right. I can understand.
I didn't fuck my teacher.
Okay.
I wanted to. I would have.
I mean, there was always like that one teacher that was just like a little too cool, you know? It's like, oh yeah,
there
we
was
all
always that one teacher that we were all like, kind of like, oh, he's kind of cute. Although he was never cute. It was just an all-girls high school, and there was no one else around. So that's the only thing. Yes, Mrs. Steph Milo, as a Catholic schoolgirl, I was too. I tripped and my backpack flew forwards and pulled my skirt up in front of my crush. He stepped around me. Well, it wasn't meant to be, because, you know, he should have just pulled your skirt back. I don't know. I have no idea. But helped you up or something. But obviously, you're not married to that guy today. So good on you on that. For me, I was always too scared or too nervous to really try anything. Like, I didn't really try anything until like maybe after college. Like, I never went for anything because I was always afraid to be laughed at. I was always afraid to like be stupid. I never did any, extracurricular activities. I never did, sports or gym or anything like that, because I always felt like I'm always going to be the loser in this, especially in gym class. I was always like the person that like, everyone's like, oh, come on, Carolina, you're ruining everything. And so if I would be interested in something, I would like talk myself out of it, which sucks because I missed like out on like hanging out and doing like fun things. So like I never did anything like that. But the only time I tried something and it was really bad was when and I remember her name, Kara. She was like, she and I were really good friends. She was like very funny, really nice girl. And we thought it'd be fun because we were asked to do like a presentation for the entire school, which our whole high school was only 400 girls anyways. And we had to do a whole presentation. And she came up with the idea. Now, just so you know, it's like 400 girls and they're all white. And I'm the only Hispanic person around. And yeah, that was it. And then there was Brooke and Camille, and they were the only two black girls. And so it was us two and me, and the three of us would call ourselves the 1% because we were 1% of the minority of that school, because I just moved to America. And I had like a little bit of an accent at that time. So anyway, so me and Carolyn being like super white, she was like, okay, I have an idea to do this presentation. Let's do a rap. And so remember how Curly has no rhythm whatsoever? So, but she
Oh
just assumed
no!
and so and she's not going to ask Brooke and Camille because that'd be weird to ask them to do it. So she asked me, and so we did a whole rap in front of the whole school about I forget, it
No!
was about the school or something, and we did the whole thing. Luckily, there was no guys there, but I mean, because at that point it was important to me back then. But
I
man,
would so much rather not be in front of all of those girls at that age. I can't imagine being in a whole school filled with honestly girls at that age.
Yeah.
I think that I would just be like, I don't think I can, because especially that at that time I had no female friends. All of my friends were dudes. Like I'd never like at the time I thought like women hate me, and that's what I just decided, So I don't know how you got through it at that age.
I got through it without a fucking beat in mind, because I just kind of went along to it, and it was so bad. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, I should be doing this really well. And these guys are all like all these girls, like they're all professionals. They all know everything, and I know nothing. But really, they probably couldn't have done any better than me. So luckily, no one teased me on it or anything. They're just like, kind of, but that's even worse sometimes, when they don't even say anything, or they just like say like, it looks like you had fun, and then you're just like dying inside, and you're like, I know this is weird, and the nuns are looking at me like, and I still think about it once in a while. I still think about that.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Is it always like at night when you're trying to fall asleep? Because I feel like that's when the rings of the laughter. I did a very serious play in high school where it was called the Children's Hour, and it was all women in it. And it was all about rumors and how rumors can ruin your life. I'm sure you've done something from the Children's Hour.
I know the play. Yeah.
And so I played the headmistress, and the whole thing was that it was lies told by the girls in an all-girls school that I was a lesbian and that I was sleeping with the main female teacher. And it was set in like the 70s. So it was a big thing. And in the end, I do this big monologue because I come out and I say, I am in love with you. They knew the entire time. I can't handle it. And I walk off stage and I shoot myself. And because it was me and the whole school knew me, they laughed and they laughed and they laughed through the monologue. They laughed every night when I shot myself, every night. And I was like, I can't do it, but like, you had to do it. You had to do it. And I just like every night I'm like, I know they're gonna laugh again. I know they're gonna laugh again. And every night they laughed. And it was just, man, I tell you what, really made me rethink going into the entertainment business. Thank God. That's part of the reason why I don't do theater.
Oh, my God. I bet you'd be really, really, really good at drama though, Jackie. Like
I love it. I do love it. In college, I did a lot of dramatic plays, but like,
That's so
it's
devastating.
just devastating. And it was just like, but also, why would a high school
do that?
High school shouldn't be doing it. A high school shouldn't be doing the Children's Hour.
No.
It's just not in 2005. That's not like, now maybe they could tackle it, but now like 2005.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's
honestly, I'm embarrassed just thinking about it.
yeah. That is so awful.
No.
Yeah. Because I switched schools. Like after ninth grade, I switched to the art school and had a much happier high school experience. I realized I really blocked out a lot of my ninth grade year. Like, that was really the worst year. I cried every single day after school. I remember the day when my friends, the theater group, were like, we don't want you to sit with us anymore at lunch. Like that was I felt it coming. And I remember being like, oh, they're getting up and having little conversations away from each other. So I've just like, because they would do this every year to one girl. And or at least it seemed that way. It had only been 2 years. And so I was just like, all right, the meanest, bitchiest one is about to tell me to, that we can't be friends anymore. And so I just was like, you know what? I think I'm going to sit somewhere else today. And I just like went and sat over. And then, of course, the girls that I chose to sit with, they were like, what, are we the rejects? And I was just like, no, you're just nicer. But then I felt bad because I was just like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you guys feel bad. But anyway, so yeah.
I was just to finish said, I regret this question. Let's stop talking about high school. But I will say, doesn't it make you, it's like, think about like how much everyone is, we all think we're not there anymore. We're not there anymore. Like it does, like, even though like I like got all hot in the face because of it's like, isn't it great that we don't like, you're right. Like even if we saw people talking, it's like Twilight is very intense and no one's making fun of me for that. But it's just these things that like we were talking about this earlier of like the things you think about when you can't sleep at night. Where you're like, why am I thinking about the children's hour right now?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I know. I remember. I remember being on like a chat instant messenger talking to a friend of mine when I was in high school. And it wasn't actually her. It was actually her brother, like teasing me or trying to pretend to be someone else because he thought it'd be funny. And back then it was so embarrassing. But now I'm thinking like, you have no power over that. So you spent all your evenings pretending to be your sister. Like, I mean, what were you trying to get from this? So really, in the end, it's like, oh man, I really hope that guy's cringing over what he used to do to me, which was nothing, which is probably just trying to talk to me. Who knows what? So now it's just like, you have no power here. That high school thing, luckily as the further you get away, the better, much more clear it seems that whoever was trying to actually spend extra effort and time to bother you is probably the bigger loser in the long run.
Yeah.
And unfortunately.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But
We'll say Hawk Girl does ask a great question. Best aim away message. Mine was always things that were very intense. I a lot of times would quote, "Don't fear the Reaper," and then be like, "Oh my God, she's so edgy." Ooh, and then also I would do quotes from Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, that's so perfect. And
in this moment, we were infinite.
I love it. I always Ani DeFranco, Radiohead, whatever. It was like, how emo can I be right now? I think Idiotech, like the full list of lyrics from Idiotech, which make no sense, were my away message.
Oh yeah, I remember. I used to do all that stuff too. Oh man. That was the way I could connect to people if I was too nervous to talk about them and, talk to them in high school. And then, eventually, you kind of, sometimes you'd forge friendships that way, or sometimes they would just be really awkward and then you'd never see them again. And you know what? It's all gone. All those conversations I've had, all those dumbass conversations I may have had about whatever, probably playing The Sims for the millionth time, not there anymore. They're gone.
No, I do love Kate Tricia says so many quotes and then also whatever. It's not like anyone cares that I'm gone anyway. ... I also, anytime I took a shower, mine said shower time. It's kind of like hammer time, but without the pants. That was my favorite one. Every time I took a shower time, it's like hammer time, but without the pants. And I still think it's brilliant.
I love it. I love it. I'm down for that.
This is a really great next question that kind of like brings us out of those years. Man, baby, Curly Shoe, thank you so much for the sub. So Harlequin, thank you so much for the donation. They say, love you guys so much. Question for everyone. Have you ever struggled to find out what you are even passionate about? I'm preparing to enter my 30s, and I want this to be my decade to MFing. There we go. I was like, what's MFing? I'm so stupid. To motherfucking shine.
No, you are not stupid.
But I have no idea what I'm passionate about to follow. We love you too.
No, you're totally fine. You're right on track. You're totally right on track.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find it in your 20s. And you might, but you also
Yeah.
might not have either the money or the time or anything to actually attack it as well. But I think that I think I can speak for all of us that we really found it in our 30s.
Yeah.
Right?
I didn't even start comedy until I was 30. I didn't even do that. I was just I was like maybe 29, 28, 29 when I first, bothered to actually make this a thing.
Right.
So, you know what? You're totally fine. Believe me, it's going to take a long time. It did with me, and even then, even when I figured out what I wanted to do, it was still not exactly what I wanted to do. And it still took a long time. And even now, I'm still not 100% sure yet what I want to do when I grow up.
Yeah.
In that sense, where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. I mean, I know podcasting has been really great, and I'm always going to do that. But where am I going to go? You're always going to be thinking that forever, no matter what. You're going to be 40, you're going to be 50. When I'm 40, maybe I'll figure it out. But I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I'm never worried about that. I'm kind of worried about that once in a while. What do I do? The midlife crisis is happening right now. What's going to happen? But most of all, it's just keep going. That kind of business is all right, I'm going to just keep going.
Just keep on.
Yeah, because it's always going to change.
Yes.
It is always going to change. The one thing that is constant is change. And I love what Perfectly Weird AF is saying. It's finding the little things that make you light up. And Bats and Dewdrop says it's a constant discovery. Don't let others hold you back. I completely agree with you, Carolina. And I think that it is something that changes all the time. And one thing I would recommend, start doing things that get you excited but make you nervous. And I think that is whenever I'm starting something new or working on a new thing, I'm immediately filled with anxiety. I'm nervous about it, but it's good. In fact, I was actually just have a side conversation with Demon Whiskey Nick about audiobook stuff where it's I'm working currently on an audiobook, which that's great, but it makes me nervous because this is the first time I'm really trying with it, that I'm putting all the prep into it, doing all the work, and I'm so nervous it's not going to go well. But I think that every time you feel nervous about working on something, there's got to be a glimmer of, ooh, because you can feel, I think that I try to change my perspective of nerves and see it as feeling yourself in real time grow, because that's really what it is. It's experiencing new things, and it is, no matter what it is, it's scary. No matter it's always going to be nerve-wracking. And I think that it's always trying to shift. The second you realize oh, I'm feeling good with everything that I'm doing, that's when you start a new project. That's when you start coming into let's figure out something else. Why don't I stretch myself a little bit further? Because I can. And that is where you will find your passions, because nobody has one passion.
Right.
There's too much life to experience for one passion.
I agree with you completely. Yeah, absolutely. I was too afraid to try anything. When I was 17, I knew I wanted to get on stage. Didn't get on stage for at least 10 years. 10 years. I just didn't do it because why? I was afraid that people would laugh at me, or people would say oh, Carolina, you're not that kind of person. You're way too cool about things, or way too closed or whatever. You're never going to be able to do it. And then this is stuff I made up in my head. And then I go and I do it, and I'm oh, okay. So I'm doing whatever I'm trying to do, but it's not very good, but I'm working towards something and I'm failing wherever I go. But within those failures, it's it's not an actual failure. You're actually learning. You're going through it, and that's the best thing. It's never being afraid that, hey, if I'm going to come out looking stupid, I got a good support system of anyone, friends, family, whoever, boyfriend, husband. And then you come home and you kind of laugh about it. You're man, did I just make a huge fool out of myself? And I did that on a weekly basis for years and probably didn't learn much from it at first. And then later, looking back, I learned a lot from it. Yeah. So it's just kind of that thing of try not to be too cool about shit. I think that was the number one thing. I was just way too afraid to do anything. And so, yeah, I had a million jobs before. I was going to be a social worker. Then I was going to be a chef. And then I was you know what? Fuck it. Life is too short. I'm going to completely do something completely different. And I'm going to work with children. And I've never even met a child before, but I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to be damn good at it.
Yeah.
And then it happened. So, you know, you can actually get good at things. Like the more you do them, the more you like think about it and learn it and then make friends along the way. It's like, holy fuck, I can't believe this happened now.
Yeah.
You know, like it is you can surprise yourself is what I'm saying. You can really do that. You just have to do it and just know that you're just going to fail a lot and you're just going to look really, really dumb once in a while. But that's only to yourself. Eventually, nothing looks dumb to yourself and you just do it. Doesn't matter. And now, like, you know what I mean? Other than walking my dog in public, nothing I do like in the other public, you know, on the show or something like that. The only thing I ever worry about now is just like, oh, I just didn't say that thing right or whatever. But it's not like, oh, I screwed things up. It's not like, oh, I look dumb or anything like that. It's like, nah, I did the best I could. So like, just,
and you move on.
Yeah.
It's being also learning how to move on and move past it.
Right. And
I agree.
try everything. Try everything more than once, and don't be afraid of failure. I tell my kids all the time, like whenever they lose a game, I ask them what they learned, because you don't learn when you win, you learn when you lose. And I think that I've been lucky that somebody earlier said that they're passionate about everything. I've always known what my passion is. Like, I've always been very passionate about theater and acting and art and things of that nature. I did not know I was passionate about teaching and kids until I was forced into that work, you know? And so then I'm just like, oh yeah. So, and it's so true. Being nervous, that's like creativity juice. That's like fuel, right? Like that's what you really should use. If something makes you nervous to do it, that means it means something to you. So lean into those nerves. So
Yes.
yeah,
I mean, see, I've said this before too. It's like when I refer to my fun anxiety, I'm like, it's fun anxiety, and Jeff's like, that's called excitement, Jackie. And I'm like, no, it's my fun anxiety. And when you have fun anxiety, lean into it, because it can manifest itself into excitement. There is a difference, I feel, between fun anxiety and excitement. I think that the one can morph into the other, but sometimes it takes a little bit more time.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. And just being as prepared as you can possibly be. I mean, because there are many times I'm like, let's just wing it. Let's just do whatever. I'm just going to just humiliate myself for, I don't know, just going to do it for the hell of it. That's not bad. But then eventually you're like, you know what? I'm going to be prepared. I'm going to get ready for this. I'm going to actually like put work into what I want to do. And then the more you do that, the more you're like, oh man, that's so gratifying. It's so, to see that and to be like, oh, this is amazing. And in any work that you do, like when I was working with kids, the same thing. When I first met a child, the first thing I said was, how are you? I didn't know how to talk to a kid.
Oh, I still say that.
You don't say that to a kid. How are you doing? They're not going to be like, oh, I'm fine. You know, the weather, right? Hell yeah.
I like asking them about the stock market. See, I go the other way. I'm like, what you got on? You got money on the horse, eh? And they're like, hey, you're mean. I'm like, ugh, you don't get it.
I learned to talk about food. That's it. You like pancakes? Whoa, that opens the floodgates to many a conversation. Hell, sometimes
ask them how many grilled cheeses they've eaten. Yeah? Oh, yeah.
It is nerve-wracking sometimes, but holy crap. What if I didn't even try that? Like where, I wouldn't be talking to you guys if I didn't even give that a shot.
Yeah.
And humiliate myself so many times in front of all these people that don't even remember or care, whatever. So it's totally fine. It just kind of it's like an Etch-a-Sketch, you just kind of shake it.
Yeah, shake it up.
Start all over again.
Don't shake the kid though, but unless they're old enough.
Right. Yeah. Unless they're really asking for it. So hopefully that helps to answer your question, Harlequin. And you guys.
I'm excited for you though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I keep us updated with things that you're trying and things that you're just discovering. So, yeah.
Yeah, because as bad as you might think, like things might be to you personally, as far as what you're talking about, there's always someone looking at you being like, wow, whatever she or he's doing is great. There's always someone looking at you, even if you think there's not. I promise you.
That's true. That's true. You guys want another question?
Yeah.
X-Pike, thank you so much for the donation. I'm gonna sing you a song about your donation. They said, hello, just moved into a new place and new city. I wonder, do y'all have any tips for things to do when moving to a new place?
Ooh.
Yeah. Look up online.
When I first moved to...
go ahead.
No, please.
No, I was just saying, like, look online, especially if things are going to start opening up, like to just doing something random. Because I did that too when I first moved to New York, and I didn't know anybody. And I started like a singing class, and I did a bunch of stuff. I did random shit, and it was like really weird and awkward at first when you do that. I think I sat in for a lecture, a couple lectures at like the like at a museum, like the Museum of Moving Image. So it's like about films and stuff. Like I just showed up to these things completely by myself. And the first couple times you do something like that, you're always like awkward and you're just staring at your phone. It's like terrible and stuff. And then you do it a couple more times, and then next thing you know, like, oh yeah, I remember you from last time. And then that kind of builds to be the next thing. It like literally snowballs. And then next thing you know, like you have someone to sit next to when you go to that thing. I did all that. I just go to these things, and sometimes it's awkward, sometimes it's weird, and sometimes you'll hate it and never go back, but you'll find a good group. For me, that's how it worked. Because I moved to New York City and I knew like one person from college who immediately moved away. So I, didn't have my my friend anymore.
Yeah.
And so I just had to like figure it out as I went along. And I have to tell you, that was the best thing. I think it was like a meetup kind of thing like I did a couple times, and then you make your friends that way. I think and that's how I met a lot of my friends. I didn't do it, but I met a lot of my friends they were doing a lot of extra work for TV shows. They were extras, and so they became friends, and I knew them because my apartment was near like all the studios back then, and so I just kind of got into that. And then it's like, oh, okay, we're just all hanging out, and then next thing you know, you're like, I don't even remember how we met. And so it's that way. Yeah,
for sure.
Just like try to find these things and like just hang out, even though that's my name B, but John Caroline, John, I met John from college, but John met his friends, and he met Anna, who became my friend, because they were doing extra work for the Carrie Diaries, and that's how we got in.
Ooh.
And yeah, he was like the extra for Gossip Girl. He was, so that kind of stuff. Like they weren't necessarily like doing any acting work. I think they wanted to, but they didn't. Unfortunately, they didn't get, too much acting work at that time. So what they ended up doing was just getting on all these TV shows and then forging lifelong friendships. And this is where we are now. Exactly.
That's fucking great.
That's
at
awesome.
30. So
yeah,
anytime. Yeah, really,
dude,
anytime.
And even Wayward Weasel says there are a bunch of LGBTQ plus rec leagues in my city, but I definitely want to get into. Gay kickball seems like a fucking vibe. Honestly, I'd signed up right before the world ended. I had signed up for 4 blocks from my house for a softball team because it was like, I want to go play some fucking softball. I played softball for years. I'm ready to get back into it, which I don't know if I am, especially not after this year. Now I gotta like work out a little bit more before I play softball, but it would be a fun way to make friends. But when I first moved here, I went to the library a lot. Is that sad? I was so broke, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna go to the library, and I would walk to the library, and I eventually would like make some friends sitting at the library and just kind of read books. And usually someone will talk to you at the library, whether you want them to or not. And there's so many like classes and things like that. And it's such a great way. That's how I found out about the rec center near me. It's how I found out about the Y that I started going to, just by going in, like asking them some questions. And weirdly enough, there were so many young people that worked in my library that I was very surprised. And I don't mean to say that, but like I didn't spend a whole lot of time at the library in New York because it was far, and I'm not gonna I didn't have time. But here I was like, well, I'm trying to create my own this, so I got time, and I'm gonna go make some friends. And weird, and also I hate to say it, it's also how I started working out, was because I didn't really have anything else to do, and I made a bunch of friends, and I like to see them at the Y every morning. I like to go see my ladies every morning at the Y, and we'd talk and we'd gab, and then we'd and then we'd talk and we'd gab, and we'd go get coffee. I miss the Y.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gyms,
that's awesome.
classes.
Oh, she's
Man,
Yeah.
baby,
Yeah.
multiple orange peels. Thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, I miss classes and workout classes and acting classes and whatever classes. Go out and take a class, and I think that is my advice for what to do when you move to a new city.
Also, Pippa knows this Jackie working out with the blue-haired old ladies. I tell you fucking what, the blue-haired old ladies in my fucking neighborhood could put you under the table. They are pure muscles. And what they're like they were what inspired me of like, girl, I started working out at 55. You can fucking get muscles like this. I'm like, how did you do it? And they're just like jumping jacks, and they're doing all this shit, and they're in their fucking 60s. And I'm just like, how are you like the LA old ladies? I was like, I'm so like, teach me everything.
Yeah.
They taught me about skincare. They taught me about working out. They taught me, like, I love them.
That's amazing.
And they don't really do any, virtual things, so it was hard to keep our friendship alive.
Right.
But you wait!
It's gonna come back.
You wait!
Yep. Oh yeah. No, sometimes you just you make some friends just in that area, and that's a good start. That's always a good start, because it eventually moves forward. It eventually gets to the next level. But yeah, no, sometimes for a while, like, that will be your friend for a little bit. Totally cool. Totally great.
Go get coffee. And they gave me all this confidence. They gave me, it's like, they were the ones that convinced me to go on a date with Jeff. That they were the ones that are like, try him out. I'm like, I don't want anyone right now. And they're like, that's always when it happens. And I mean, that is always when it happens.
That is always when it happens.
That's true.
I agree with that.
That's amazing.
love 'em.
We have another donation. We have two more questions. So we have a question from Lisa Rose. Hello, my dear. Time to compliment your gorgeous selves without qualifiers. Ready, go.
I said it earlier to Fidget. I got a new sea salt spray, and I think it gives my hair really good body.
Your hair
like
is
spray.
It's amazing. I love it.
Spray. That's my compliment. Sea salt spray.
My skin is doing good things these days. My skin is great. There we go.
You look great.
Thanks. You look great. Carolina.
And Carolina, you look great. Everyone looks great.
Yeah. I finally learned how to straighten my own hair. It's never really straight, but it doesn't matter. I learned how to do it by myself.
It's got great body.
Yeah.
I learned. Well, yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of fucking hair. That's the thing. I got a shit ton of hair. I got enough for everybody. If anyone wants to stand in line. But that was always an impossible thing to do. It's like, I can't do it. I have to go to a salon. And for a long time, I didn't have that kind of money. So I would just, make it curly or whatever. And which is also beautiful. But then I started learning how to straighten it out myself. And that was something I did over the quarantine. I learned how to do it by myself. And now I'm like, that's my favorite thing. That's like my new skill. Like, I know how to do it in less than an hour. I can do it. And it doesn't like hurt so much. Like, I don't get cramped or anything. I figure it out. And like, I'm just very happy that I finally learned how to do that. And I'm very glad. Like, I feel like I'm finally figuring out how to do it myself without having to, ask, people like you or professionals, like people who know how things, I can just do it by myself. So that I'm very happy about.
So is your compliment to yourself that you have wonderful hair?
I have wonderful hair that I learned how to figure out pretty well. And I'm only getting better. That's
Never
what I'm
stop
saying.
stopping.
I love
this
it.
That's you keep going. But also I think the chat also should probably be complimenting themselves.
Yes.
We can't be the only
She's
ones
man, baby.
complimenting ourselves. Struggle. Even if you have to struggle to think of something, write something in chat that you like about yourself.
And I love it. Lisa Rose says, "Gotta force the positivity every week." Every week time, you will build confidence. One $10 donation at a time. If it kills me,
You're the best, Lisa Rose.
And a curly shoe. Your hair is gorgeous. Your skin is glowing. You're a style icon. I love the. That's very sweet. You guys are very sweet.
Look at this. I give the best hugs. I can sing well. I got an ass that won't quit. I'm very good at sharing food, weed, and love. I love that, Hunty boy.
Yes.
I got cute toes.
Boy.
Great.
I have cute toes. I love that.
That's actually really good. Actually, I like that hot girl. I really do.
And Pippa knows working on self-care. Mom Bat bakes the best brownies. Can I have some, Mama?
Oh, yes, I want
Can I
a
have some?
brownie.
Brownies
I
are
need
my
a
favorite. Oh, I can't not have a brownie.
Oh no, now we're back to food. It always comes back in the end.
So this is perfect time for another question. All right, so we have we're probably at time for questions, but the next question is from I don't really play video games. I don't really play video games. We love you. And they said, what's everyone's favorite alone activity? Oh, she's a man, baby. What's everyone's favorite alone activity? I like to go to movie theaters solo and eat at restaurants alone.
Good for you.
I did that for many years. Many years going to movie. I mean, like I said, like there's not, if you don't have like a big group of friends when you first move to New York, you kind of have to do that because you have to take advantage of living in a great city like New York or anywhere where you live. And so that's what I would do all the time. And like go out to dinner. And I mean, like go out to dinner, like get an appetizer, get the entree, get a dessert. And then like 3 glasses of wine to go with it. And I did that, like the whole meal and everything, all by myself, completely by myself and doing that. And like the waiter could just not be happier because, I'm ordering a bunch of stuff and I'm tipping pretty well. And I kept going back. Like I would go back like maybe once every couple months. And like, it was just a great thing. And the movies, that's nothing. I am a pro at that, going to the movies by myself. It's actually really fun. No one fights you on what movie to watch or when to watch it or what
You
time
can eat
or
all
whatever,
the popcorn.
where to go. You just hang out. You just make it your own living room, keep it tidy, but just get whatever you want, do whatever you want. And that's a fun thing. And actually, sometimes it was more fun that way. And I kind of miss that a little bit. Like just skipping work or school or whatever, and just like just calling in sick and just spending the whole day in Times Square and going from one movie to another movie because they didn't care, to another movie. And then getting my hand caught in that cardboard thing because I'm trying to get 3D glasses that they threw out. And then they're like, I'm trying to watch a new Mad Max movie. And then they're like, just get your hand out of there. We'll just grab you one. Fine.
Get out of there, Carolina.
Yeah, I made it my hobby to go hang out by myself. And in the end, you get a lot of employees of those set places who actually enjoy that you're just having a good time and not really bothering anyone other than ruining that little thing, that cardboard thing. But that was the worst I did. So sometimes you can actually make a friend out of that too.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it's an all-in-one.
Yeah.
I think the I think I need a new thing because my thing is gone. So I used to take myself to Dollar Oyster Happy Hour, and like get a couple cocktails and like 24 oysters and eat them all myself.
Yes.
And that would usually happen while Holden was doing Jackanese, and I'd walk in a little and but that was so much fun. That was so great. And I got to know like the people at the restaurant. I need something new. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I need like a new fun alone thing.
Now you got to come up with it, though.
Yeah,
Maybe
I know.
this is something you should actively be thinking about.
I-
Like start
Yeah.
thinking of things to do, you know, with yourself to get out.
Fine, Holden. I will. He's been like totally harping on that.
Vinny D said thrift shopping. Shopping is also a very fun alone time thing. I used
love
to do, just because I mean, like I like shopping with friends, but usually it's kind of like a fun thing because it's like I decide what we do. I'm not keeping anyone waiting. It's all in my head. Sometimes I'll listen to music if I want to, and I just go for it. Thrift shopping is the best because you have to go through
Very
every
much.
little thing. You got to have a little bit of patience for it.
Yeah.
You can have your own,
Yeah.
your own music going in your head. That might be a fun thing to do, Lexi. Like sometime in the future, if
Yeah.
you want to do it.
I need to get
Yes.
out more.
Especially once the mall opens back up. It's very sad because moving here, I'd not enjoyed malls in so long because New York. And now what I started doing is that I'll just take my ass to the mall and I will just straight up with earbuds in, stoned as nuts, just like I get an Auntie Anne's pretzel, I sit for a while, I go into Hot Topic, I spend too much money, I go into Bath and Body Works like I'm 14 and I spend too much money. Like it is because then there's no like I love it. I actually, you know what, confession, I hate shopping with other people. I'm not good at it. I don't want to. I like, it is one of the few things that I truly am selfish about. I want to do what I want to do. And I love it when Jeff's like, I'll go grocery shopping with you. And I'm like, no, I want to be by myself. Shopping, all kinds of shopping, especially in quarantine. It was the only kind of shopping I could do was go to the grocery store, and it was already also filled with anxiety that I was just like, no, I have my list, but also I like to go up and down the aisles at the grocery store. I like coming home with like, look at what I found at the grocery store because I'm a nightmare person. I love coming home with fun things from the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's like popping a rabbit out of a hat. It's a fun thing to do. Like, look what I brought from my travels. You know,
who knows what I'm going to come home with. And Jeff gets excited when he knows I went to the grocery store. He's like, what is she going to get today? There's always something weird.
That's awesome.
That's true. And then you always bring a surprise. That way, you know, it's always fun for the other person as well. You know, a little fun surprise like, oh, look, I got you jicama. It's a weird fruit, but this is
yeah. I came home with a bunch of cactus the other day that like all cut up so that we could like cook it. But apparently it's very mucusy. And I didn't know.
Yeah.
Again, this is how you learn.
Okay. All right.
This is how you learn.
Yeah, I brought coconuts one day and I didn't even know how to I was like trying at every wall, you know, like
I love
anything
it.
I could do. And then I learned later you get a nail and a hammer, but I didn't know that.
Oh.
So it's just me for an hour trying to find a corner.
That's amazing.
Flash in my face.
Yes, Cuddy McGill, like okra.
That's
Yeah,
so funny.
But
There you go.
I feels really good to talk about this. I also have said like IKEA, I'd rather go with a friend. I do think it's more fun to like make jokes with other people. The Target, I like going with a friend because like I'm already gonna spend way too much money, but with another friend, I'm like, I do need all three of the candles, right? Like I was thinking specifically grocery and clothes shopping or what I do alone.
Yeah.
That is my alone
Clothes
time.
shopping.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like and
Definitely.
they never judge me when I go back for the second Auntie Anne's hot dog pretzel. They never judge me. And I always make a joke about it. I'm like, what am I gonna eat one?
Oh, I want
I agree
Auntie
with you on
Anne's.
that.
That sounds so good.
Auntie Anne's pretzel was part of the reason why I wanted to move to America. Let's just say
I get it.
Part of the reason. So no, you're not wrong. It was amazing. It was like everything unfolded in my life. I'm like, I think I was visiting cousins or something when I was 12, 13, and where I think they were living in Virginia. And I'm just like, this is a reason. This tastes amazing. This is the reason why I need to come here one day. And so all my dreams were fulfilled thanks to Auntie Anne's.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Anne.
Hell yeah!
Um,
How do we get an Auntie Anne's sponsorship? That's what if I really want to be put into a coffin, we get an Auntie Anne's, because I'll eat Auntie Anne's any second of the day.
we need
I agree
we
with
need the
that.
pretzel emoji, or the thing, I can't think of words today.
Girl, you doing
But
good.
yeah,
You're doing
Well,
good.
great.
You need an Auntie Anne's.
I need an
Lexi.
Auntie Anne's. I have a headache because I am hungry, because I need all this food we've been talking about during the show.
We'll be eating dinner hopefully very, very soon.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, no, we're gonna eat
Emotes.
dinner soon.
Emote was the word I couldn't think of. You guys,
We
baby brain
knew what you
is
were
real.
saying.
It is real. It is mush up here. Bob Dude 430, thank you for your donation. They say, sup ladies. Hey Jackie, you me Red Lobster sometime? Cheddar biscuits on me.
Oh, cheddar biscuits!
Now I really want cheddar biscuits. Okay.
Cheddar biscuits!
They sell the biscuit mix in the grocery store.
Mama, this is what we've been talking about on page 7. Oh, they sell the biscuit mix. You get your ass to a Big Lots. It's $1.75. It's $1.75 for the box. I have 8 boxes just in my closet.
Are you serious?
Just in case I run out in the cabinet. I'm having a brutal love affair with the box red lobster. Fuck lobster. I even said lobster because I need them. Go to Big Lots. It's so many calories,
amazing.
Metal Flag. That's why I don't make them every day.
It is
But
so many.
when I'm having a bad day, I'll tell you fucking what. First thing I do is make those fucking biscuits.
Yep.
Oh.
That and an episode of Golden Girls, and you're golden.
Oh,
You're golden.
I want these
You're golden.
things. I don't want
Yeah.
the
Oh my God,
chili
and I-
Holden's making.
No, I made the
Boo.
Easter ham, and then I cut up the ham and made like little melts on the Red Lobster biscuits.
Mm. Ah,
That sounds amazing.
that's amazing. Yeah. All right.
Ham. Sorry, that's a classy night in ham chant. We were, but no, we scream ham. We scream about ham on classy night in.
Earlier, that's my name. Be asked.
We were
if-
gonna join in eventually, I promise you. Especially with a ham chant. There's no way, Pippa. No, thank you. There's no way we're gonna not join in a ham chant, which is a
Right?
fun way to sign off, I guess. No context. Don't give any context.
Earlier,
Something like a ham chant.
that's my name. Be asked if we were ever going to have a couples episode. So that would be fun,
Ooh,
right?
yeah.
Just like have them fill in
Really
for
fun.
us and give bad advice. that would be
I would
fun.
love
I don't
it.
know. Yeah.
I would totally be down for that. I mean, I don't know how much we'll let them talk though, but
Yeah.
I mean, if that's okay that they can't so much because we're talking so much.
Or
then
we
I'm
can
down
just
for
go
that.
take a break and then they can pretend to be us.
They do it instead.
Ooh. Well, we still got our Family Feud that's gonna come
Yes.
on soon. It's in the works somehow.
Yes!
It's in the works. Yes, absolutely. I love it.
Lipstick Homicide said, "Yeah, we're not here to hear men talk."
That's great.
That's a good
Thank
point.
Please,
Trash
Lisa Rose,
Prince
they'll love to.
69. Carolina, do you like tostones? I've been singing about tostones for a while, so I'll send you my P.O. box address if you're offering. I hope so.
Now we're just hungry. That's all this is. We're just straight up hungry now.
Yeah, we should probably go soon
yeah,
because we're
I'm
gonna
really
all
hungry.
eat.
Oh my God.
that's
No,
good.
I gotta go make the dinner. I don't want to make the dinner.
Oh.
I want the dinner now. I wanted the dinner to be done.
Honestly, we're supposed to have sex and then make dinner. Like, this is how we do it. We plan for it. I know it's too much information.
I thought he
but
was supposed to have sex with you yesterday.
No.
He said, "Don't worry, it's too much." He said that on Jack and Ease. He said, "Tomorrow I'm gonna put it inside of my wife." So don't you ever worry.
No.
He's
this-
being
Yeah, I
this
just
is-
ratted him out. Is he gonna have sex?
is
Sounds
what
like he's not.
No, no. It takes so much planning, and then it's always like, no. Okay. We're so old. We're so old and bad about it. Does that confuse the baby? I don't think so. She doesn't know.
No, I don't think so. I think you should probably maybe schedule like a massage from one or the other. You know what I mean? Schedule one of those, and then see where that goes.
I know that's my favorite game to play, but he's like, "Do I have to give you a massage? Can I just listen to a
No,
podcast?"
I told him to
Is it
get
like,
the things.
what?
We've got all these like massage toys now. So then Jeff
hasn't
would
told
on
me
me when
about
I'm
this.
naked. I was like, get the massage toys.
And then
like,
put on
because
a
it's not like a
TV
sex
show while
toy.
you're
It's
doing
just.
it.
I
Doing it,
need.
I'm just like, ugh.
I need these things.
You need these
I
things. And all of the hand ones, and he'll get into like all the.
It is hard to start
send them
having
to you.
sex. It is. It's hard to. It
is.
But anyway, so I'm supposed to do that, and really, I just want to be like, can we just eat dinner instead?
Just eat dinner. Just eat dinner.
Just eat. Reschedule.
Just eat dinner. I love it. I'm sorry. I just feel like I just ruined his fuck. Honestly, I don't want to ever
fine.
ruin your sex, but
Nah.
ruining his sex is more fun for me.
I've ruined it plenty.
Oh,
Planning
hypnosis,
sex.
planning sex. Welcome to your 30s.
We
Yeah, call him
rescheduled.
from the Wayward Weasel. Call him from your room and be like, let's reschedule.
Can we please reschedule the sex? Okay, my appointment with your penis. Anyway, all right. So thank you so much, everybody who has donated this evening. Thank you for hanging out with us.
you.
I hope we were entertaining. That's my name be Hot Girl, Hunty Boy to Fidget, Harlequin, X Pike, Lisa Rose. I don't really play video games. Bob Dude and Pig Bullets. Oh, shit. Pig Bullets. What is the most hated part of being with a performer? I can very quickly say that it is very hard to get a word in edgewise, which is something that I learned very quickly when I started dating Holden. That is the hardest part. Other than that, I'm a performer too, and we understand each other. So yeah, that's it. Holden just talks a lot.
With Marcus, I was more of that. So, yeah, you should ask Marcus, really.
This is the thing you got to ask Jeff, because Jeff is also not a performer. But I can say I'm a nightmare to be in a relationship with. But I will tell you, I'm very, very loyal.
Yeah, no, I'm a nightmare when it comes to like the whole like bringing Marcus to a show or something like that back in the day and be like, what was your favorite part? Did you like it? Like, what was cool? Can we relive it? Can we talk about it for 10 more minutes? And I'm sure it must have been really fun for him to talk about me for like a little while and rehash everything he just saw. So that's fun.
Metal Flack,
Yeah.
are you? But that's good. That's good for him. That's good.
Good.
You need the
Perform.
attention.
He is a performer. Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal Flack, are you going live right now? I want it, because if so, we'll raid you. But yeah. But that's awesome. Metal Flack is,
Milos is, yeah.
no. Oh, on Wednesday. Okay, guys.
On Wednesday.
Wednesday, Metal
Okay.
Flack is doing their show, Small Biz Talk. I love this. And then Sunday is That's My Name Bees Dinner with Dali, numero dos. I'm very excited. 8 p.m. for Metal Flack. And I think 5 p.m. Yes, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for That's
Dinner with
My
Dali.
Name Bee. Thank you. Jesus, my head. Okay. All right,
Girl,
guys.
you're just hungry. Don't you worry.
Happy New Moon. Happy New Moon, guys. Put your
Happy
intentions
New
out there.
Moon.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you later. Bye-bye.
We love you guys.
Bye.
This is okay, we're going to do Willie for a Day. That's a faster song. Okay.
Woo, woo.
Oh, what are you gonna have for dinner, Lexi?
Chili.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I just want a bunch of cheese, really. I wonder if I can add more cheese to the chili. If so, I'll be very
I bet
happy.
you can, as long as it's still warm, right? So it melts a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're down. Yeah, you can do that. I think we're gonna do sushi. I think Marcus.
Sushi.
Oh, that's what I miss it. I want sushi. I wanted sushi before quarantine, and it's been since.
Oh, you come in.
Because I know it's not the same.
You say hi.
Hello.
We
I'll
miss
see you
you.
guys this
Talking about
weekend.
food, I'm hungry! I'm hungry now! I'm so excited about this weekend!
It's gonna be great.
We signing off of the show, and I have the Reform Tours in my ears, so I can't really hear very well. But it's good to see your face.
You as well. Goodbye. See you this weekend.
I love you, Marcus!
Love you too. Good too.
Okay, cool. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Everyone saying hi, Marcus.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah. We kind of like time things now that when I go for my 9 o'clock break, then we talk about like we do a quick chat and then he orders the food because making
He's
food at this
perfect.
hour is like whatever. So
No, it's too late. That's why
every
it's
other
7, like,
Sunday
I
we order
can
food.
go.
Yeah, usually it's like tacos, but tonight is a special night. Tonight is sushi night, and I'm not doing that.
Sushi!
But yeah, I want you guys to have a really fun time. Oh, Jackie, Marcus never takes pictures of anything. Please take at least one picture of you guys hanging out, having fun, because I want to see it, or post it or whatever. He's bad at that. I think it'd be good just to see a good, just see everyone so happy again.